I've got 3 pairs of shorts and a singlet, and I can still fit into those, so that's good for a bit of, you know, when it's hot. I think if I was to answer that now, we'd run out of tape. The things that I've learnt through athletics and through sport are so similar to the values and philosophies that I use in my day-to-day life. So everything that I've learnt through sport, or being able to understand why I do it through sport, I can take that and go, right, this will make sense in life. When I go out to compete, my goal is, if I can't win, make the person ahead break the record. I figure if I go for a job, if I can't get that job, the person that gets it is going to be the very best person for that job. If it's not me and I've done my best, I can live with that. So that is a great philosophy and a great way to go through life, just understanding that in this country, we accept that your best is good enough. Doesn't matter what you're doing. It's been a roller coaster. I mean, there's moments where you shed a tear, you cry. The fact that you know you're not going to be doing that, what you're so accustomed to. 14 years on the big stage, it's been a good time. You also, there's moments where you go, that's awesome, when you see one of your mates, one of your competitors on TV, and you know that they've done well, and so you send them a text message and say, good work. So there's so many things that go, emotions that go with sport, and leaving that behind, that competitive elite level behind, you feel everything. You feel joy, you feel exciting that you don't have to turn up to do those dodgy sessions anymore. You feel relieved. There's absolutely every feeling you can imagine that goes with a transition from elite athlete to beyond. I think I would have liked to have, I suppose, planned a little bit better. When I look back at my career and I go, yeah, what a great lifestyle. I probably, if I had some, or taken the advice, some financial advice, for example, maybe things like that would be a lot easier. I've certainly been able to have access to a lot of money in my time through sport, and I would like to think that I should have paid my house off by now. Those sort of things, I go, well, maybe there was a way to do that I just missed because I was too busy focusing on something else. Concerns, not really, because now my biggest focus is playing because I love it. So I don't know that there's any concerns about that. My coach, I think that was one of the biggest things that I realised, is one day you're elite level and this is where you're heading, the next day you're not. And so the biggest things that went missing were being in the loop, getting the newsletters about what's going on, getting access to the gym. The swipe card one day didn't work. So all those sort of things, you go, hang on a minute. And so that reality that you're no longer there it really hits home. And so it was really important then to take a step back and then again have a look at my support network. And they were people from the Institute of Sport, they were my family, vaguely through work, but mostly the people that are in your close team. And everybody has those people. They're the ones that are there with you, good, bad or otherwise. Probably advice, probably the greatest piece of assistance I had was knowing that somebody was there, so I didn't feel like I was on my own. I felt like I could have a chat and people would get it. People were supportive, they would open up their minds to me, because when you're an elite athlete, you do things that aren't logical. You go and hop in a bath full of ice up to your neck. Like, there's not a sane person in the country that thinks that's a good thing to do. So you do stupid things in the sake of your sport, and so it's hard to speak to people that don't have that same mindset and really believe that they understand. And so having a good close network of people around you was really important. My practitioners, the people that worked on me so often to keep me on the track, were also the same people that were there to share my thoughts and I suppose help me with the transition. So as I said, it's so important to have something ahead and for them to be able to plant those seeds to make sure that, you know, we challenge that, we have a crack at the next thing. Most important part for me in transition was acceptance. Accepting that I'm no longer an elite athlete, competing in that sport, and that's what I have to go through. As soon as I understood that, then the rest of it started to make sense. Then the feeling of, oops, I'm normally at training, but I don't need to be there. You know, those sort of things, they start to make sense to you. So I think talking to people has been a really big thing for me. Listening to other people has been critical. Again, going back to some of the things I learnt in sport, using my diary still to plan my time, to make sure that I've got goals, reason to, you know, get out of bed every day, other things in my life to keep aiming towards. I've tried a few different sports and I'm loving that, because you know what, it doesn't matter if you stuff it up at this stage, so it's so nice just to play. I'm loving the fact that I don't have to be at the track every night, so I can get home and wrestle with my girls and spend time with my family. I'm loving that, to be able to offer some of the advice. It's quite eerie, but to hear the coaches that have helped me, hear their voice when I tell my daughter about what she's doing in netball and how she can be a better athlete, although she's 10 and she's trying to do her own goals, but to be able to share that with confidence and learning some of the things that are important to her, so or all my girls. So I'm enjoying that time. I'm enjoying the fact that I can sleep in on Sunday mornings. That's ahead of me, and I like that. The fact that I've got a weekend, so if I want to go away for a weekend, all these things that you don't know are available when you've got that athlete goggles on and the focus is on that one goal. So I'm trying a lot of things and leaving all my options open. I don't know that I'll ever fill the void or replace what was gone, mostly because that was amazing. That was a time when you would do things that the normal person on the street wouldn't consider doing. So I don't know that I ever want to replace that. I think I'll accept that and go, you bloody ripper, I'm glad I had that, stick that in my pocket and then chase new desires in my life, as opposed to trying to fill what was there.